Is it safe to say that 2025 is the best year of anime? The year 2025 has given us a lot of ups and downs. Prices going up, president trying to start a civil war with black people, 50 Cent and Kendrick Lamar showing us why they're generational haters, and clips bringing back real hip hop. But one thing that hasn't let us down is anime. Excluding One Punch Man and Crunchyroll getting ready to stop being a free platform, we won't acknowledge them. Anime in 2025 has been on a generational run if you ask me. Dominating the box office, delivering top tier animation, breaking records, crashing the internet, even getting Golden Globe nominations. Like, if you're still skeptical about joining the party, well, now is the time. Because if Demon Slayer wins the Golden Globe for Best Animation, nigga, we cutting up if that happens. But no disrespect to the other anime pictures that have actually already won awards at the Golden Globe. No disrespect to them. Winners started the year off cold because we had season 2 of Solo Leveling, aka Solo Aura Farming, basically giving us the Korean version of the Chimera Ant arc. This man Sung Jin Woo was catching bodies and collecting shadows and looking clean while doing it. I'm not gonna lie, I thought RDC was capping with that Solo Leveling skit, but after watching season 2, I realized them niggas was on point like always.
That shit was alright.
The animation was crispy beautiful. The fight scenes were immaculate, especially the Ant King battle. Sung Jin Woo showed Netero how to clap the Ant King without breaking a sweat and looking clean while doing it. And also, to top the season off, Sung Jin Woo finally completed his quest to heal his mother from her coma.
Hey, who left this bowl of onions here?
Also, at the beginning of the year, we had the biggest movie of the year coming out for anime fans. And I'm not talking about Demon Slayer or K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm talking about Nizao 2. This movie was f***ing fire. The only reason I heard about this movie was because Instagram kept spamming my damn phone with ads for the movie. I was literally cyberbullied into seeing this movie, and I was so happy I saw it. That's probably the only time ads did something good for me in my opinion. The animation was top tier. Honestly, top 5, maybe top 3, depending on your taste. The fights were breathtaking. Not even seeing the first movie still allowed me to enjoy the story for what it was. All I can say is, China is showing everybody that they have a bag. With Black Myth Wukong, Nizao 1 and 2, they really about to start making noise in the industry if we keeping it a buck. The movie made over $2 billion in the box office and somehow didn't get nominated for cinematic and box office achievement.
How, Sway?
Must be because of the tariffs and the fact that it's a movie about Chinese mythology. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend you do. Then you had season 4 of Dr. Stone, which I haven't watched yet, but it's Dr. Stone, so it's going to be peak as usual. Then Sakamoto Days, which is basically the plot of a John Wick movie. Blue Exorcist season 5 dropped as well, and to tell you the truth, I didn't even know they had a seasons 3 and 4. Blue Exorcist fell off to me after season 1. It was a show I was hyped about, but it took like 6 years for season 2 and then 7 for seasons 3 and 4. And I'm like, nigga, you are pulling Attack on Titan numbers, and you don't even have that kind of fan base to be doing that. Okay, after doing some research, it appears that the manga is on hiatus, and that's why each season took so long to adapt, and I apologize for that. Fast forward, we get the conclusion to Dragon Ball Daima, with Super Saiyan 4 finally becoming canon, and Vegeta showing everybody that he always had Super Saiyan 3 in his bag because he's the GOAT. Also, there was a season 2 of the Rurouni Kenshin remake, but I ain't gonna talk about that because I'd much rather watch the original. Spring 2025 was kind of dry, but it had a lot to show for it. Filled with long anticipated returns and a long awaited debut, and a surprising banger. After 5 years, we finally got a season 3 for Fire Force, and the shit was honestly gas. And the story coming to an end, the community is about to lose another good anime. On the contrary, I haven't started season 3 yet, but I read most of it, and if you thought it was fire now, just wait till part 2 drops next year. Windbreaker season 2 dropped, but I still need to finish season 1. Like, the only reason I haven't finished it yet is because it's like Tokyo Revengers, and every time somebody mentions that, they disrespect the GOAT Big Meech, and I ain't gonna let that slide. But if you like watching teenagers beat each other up, then this is another banger as well. Also, season 2 of Go-Go Loser Rangers dropped, and I'm a huge Power Ranger fan, so the fact that I haven't started this yet is crazy. Then, to keep the streak going, we finally got the debut of My Hero Vigilantes, and I pretty much finished reading the story long before the anime was announced. Like, I've been begging for these niggas to make an anime for the spinoff, and they finally did it when My Hero finally got their shit together. Vigilantes is gas. What more do I need to say? The story connects a lot of ties that were missing from the main show, including backstories and connections. Now, this next one came out of nowhere. Not just for me, but for the whole world as well, and that is K-pop Demon Hunters. This movie is probably, in my honest opinion, Netflix's greatest accomplishment and Sony's best animated film since Into the Spider-Verse. This movie is literally about K-pop singers that literally clap demons on the side. And it's not just a one-time thing. They've been doing it for generations. I didn't watch this movie until like a month ago, but let's be honest, there was no escaping this movie. Whether you were scrolling through your phone or you have kids of your own, 9 times out of 10, you watched it with them or heard it in the background. You know how many times I heard Golden before actually watching the movie? A lot. Every song in this movie is so damn good and catchy. I'll be randomly singing Soda Pop and How It's Done in my head. Like, the movie is so goated that it made it on the Times magazine cover. Like, how many anime can you name that has that on their resume? They also was #1 on the Billboard for 3 weeks straight, and the last female group to do that was Destiny's Child. It's crazy that Netflix is about to make us wait 4 years for a sequel. Very similar to Demon Slayer, if we're being honest. Now, to finish spring off, we had the return of One Piece. Now, One Piece has been on a 6-month hiatus because they were getting pretty damn close to catching up with the manga. So Toei said, hold up, let's take a break. One Piece came back with a vengeance because the animation has been god tier from start to finish. One Piece was ready to remind everybody why they're the king of this shit. Even had Solo Leveling running from the fade. You don't think it was a coincidence that Solo Leveling Season 2 ended right before One Piece returned?
Coincidence? I think not!
Luffy running the fade with Kizaru and one of the Gorosei, Zoro taking down another minority with Rob Lucci, Akainu finally getting out of his chair and putting in work, Kuma giving us another top tier depressing backstory, Vegapunk dropping one of the greatest bombshells in anime history, and all the Bonnie fans making a special appearance on How to Catch a Predator.
Boom! Ooh, got your ass!
Don't get me started on the manga, because if you know what's going on in the story, then you know those moments are going to be top tier when animated. Now, the summer anime slot was basically a cheat code because the shit was unbelievably crazy. You had non-stop bangers. I mean, the shit was so wild that you had to take a step back and realize what you were witnessing.
Cinema!
The month of July was like a brawl for all, and everybody was fighting for the #1 spot. But we know who got that title overall. You had Don Don Season 2, Gachiya Kuta, Kaiju 8 Season 2, The Summer Hikaru Died, and Infinity Castle Part 1. Gachiya Kuta was so big that it started another race war in the anime community about whether or not the characters were black. Well, I'm here to break it to you. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, looks like a duck, then it's a duck and not a damn eagle. The Summer Hikaru Died is what Uzumaki tried to be. It's a perfect horror show that people have either watched or never heard of. It's on Netflix and it's honest to God one of the best anime to drop this year. It was so good that I'm actually going to read ahead because I can't wait for Season 2 to drop. Now, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle might be one of the biggest W's for anime fans because this movie is the anime version of Infinity War. Shit, with how long they're making us wait for the conclusion of it, it practically is. The movie dominated the box office, making over $700 million in the US and $100 billion in Japan, making it the #1 highest grossing movie in Japan history. It's literally the #1 spot, beating every single superhero movie that came out this year. Even my GOAT Superman didn't stand a chance. Now, after seeing part 1, I knew right then and there that I wasn't waiting 5 years for this damn story. I sped read the final chapters and the shit almost made me cry because of how beautiful it's going to look animated. Like, the fights in the next 2 movies are going to be, honest to God, top tier. Like, I'm not even capping on that. The people who read the story, they know it's going to be gas. But the people who haven't, just know we ain't capping on this. This shit is going to be gas. Seeing my goat Giyu put the entire movie on his back honestly put a smile on my face. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. When it comes to Demon Slayer slander, I am 100% here for it. When people say it's a mid story that's carried by animation, I'm right on the front lines with them. But I swear, every time I watch the shit, it blows me away every time. And I'm not just talking about the movies, I'm talking about the anime. Like, everything Demon Slayer related, it still blows me away. Like, it's like I have a love-hate relationship with Demon Slayer, but I actually love it. I just don't like the fans that be overglazing it, that's all. The fights in this movie are immaculate. Zenitsu went on a Hall of Fame running this movie. Tanjiro tapped into the zone. Akaza got turned into a pack, and I loved every minute of it. Crunchyroll loves this movie so much that they're holding it hostage because the only way you can watch it is either in theaters or by illegal means. And with that being said, the next big anime movie to come out this year was Chainsaw Man. The Rize movie was balls to the wall insane. It started off as a typical love story and then ended up being a Michael Bay film. Watching how beautifully animated this movie was made me realize one thing, and that is Tokyo is basically the Japan version of Marvel's New York. The shit that happened in this movie is honestly insane. Rize literally did more damage to Tokyo than Sukuna did in the Shibuya arc, and that's saying something because that man was literally moonwalking on the battlefield. This movie made over $175 million at the box office and even started a heated debate on who would win between her and Bakugo. Bakugoat. Let me know in the comments who y'all think will win between those two. Now, the fall was nothing but peak and disappointment. One Punch Man having the greatest fall off in anime history needs to be studied because if you read the manga, then you know that this Monster Association arc should be nothing but peak in terms of story and animation. But instead, we've got nothing but cheeks because what the hell were these niggas thinking? The show has gotten so bad that people are calling it One Frame Man because all these niggas are doing is using panel shots and not actual animation. Very similar to season 4 of My Hero when Lemillion fought Overall. Only difference is that it actually looks peak in comparison to One Punch Man. Also, we got season 3 of Spy Family and To Your Eternity. Not to mention the JJK movie drop, but I wasn't gonna waste my time watching a recap and a couple of scenes from season 3. I'd rather just wait till next month. But what I really want to talk about is this new anime called My Status as an Assassin Obviously Exceeds the Hero. No BS, but this is my second favorite anime to drop this year, and it's not even close. It's basically how introverts imagine themselves if they were transported into a fantasy world. The main protagonist is named Oda Akira. This man is named after the most influential anime and movie and the greatest manga writer ever. So you know it was an automatic banger. The animation on this show is so good. It looks like it's from the 90s, but it's clean as hell, and that's what makes it stand out. Each episode gets better and better, and I honestly can't wait to read ahead once the season ends. Now, to finish the fall 2025 list is none other than My Hero Academia, aka My Goat Academia. My Hero Academia might be having one of the greatest runs in anime history. The final arc has been nothing but a cinematic masterpiece. Each episode has been averaging almost a 10 out of 10 every damn time, and it's earned every single one of them because of how far it's come. I'm a big My Hero fan, so I'm gonna slide for the team every chance I get. My Hero is honestly the only anime that can consistently make me cry. I've been crying since the very first episode of season 1, and nothing has changed since. Deku is my MC of this generation. There will never be another one like him, and when it's all said and done, he will go down as one of the greatest main characters in anime, and I'll stand on that. Seeing every panel that I read years ago getting beautifully animated honestly has me cheesing like a little kid, because seeing All Might flex on All For One more time and seeing Deku and Bakugo linking up like Naruto and Sasuke, like the shit is just absolute cinema. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life now that My Hero is gone. Gold Piece is still around, so there's that. With that being said, let me know in the comments if you believe that 2025 was the best year of anime, or if there was a better year in comparison. Also, let me know what your favorite anime that came out this year was. And like always, thanks for watching. Leave a like and comment and subscribe for more. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.